Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman with the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. And we're already here for some Monday night, if we want to call it that. Monday night Strat-O-Matic 1911 baseball. This game was played, of course, during the day. Philadelphia Phillies at the New York Giants. This one's played at the Polo Grounds. Did you know that 2 days after this game, there was a fire at the Polo Grounds? They rebuilt it in 2.5 months. They played at the Yankees Park, Highland Park. So that'll be very interesting. But for now, we're at the Polo Grounds, and I hope you all understand that I rescheduled this game based on my fickleness. I'm going to be enjoying some cannabis with this game and ginger ale, refreshing cold ginger ale on ice. And let's look at our opening lineups. First of all, Earl Moore will be the starter for the Phillies. He went 15-19 in real world for this Philly ball club. That was 6 games over 500. They're pretty good. They came in 4th place. And of course, these New York Giants won the pennant, beating out the Cubs and the Pirates and the Phillies. This New York Giants team is amazing. Christy Mathewson is not pitching this game. He'll pitch the 2nd game of the season for the Giants. So Earl Moore is starting. It'll be Red Ames, 11-10 for the New York Giants. In fact, I'll wait a few minutes to do the starting lineups. Beautiful late afternoon for a ball game. With the lineups in a couple minutes here. Here is a shot of the Polo Grounds, and this is supposedly before the fire, which happened 2 days after this game. And they were able to get back into this stadium reconstructed, the version within less than 3 months. This is Earl Moore's baseball card, the starting pitcher for the Phillies. And this is Red Ames. Okay, we'll get with the starting lineups now. For the Phillies, leading off is John Titus, right field. This is for the Phillies. Batting second, Otto Nabe. Otto Nabe, second base. Batting third, Hans Lobert. He plays third base. And again, this Phillies team is pretty good, 6 games over 500. The cleanup hitter is Sherry McGee. He plays left field, had 15 home runs. Wow. Batting fifth, Dodi Paskert in center field. Batting sixth, a left-handed hitter, Fred Luderus. Fred Luderus. He's at first base. Batting seventh is Mickey Doolin. And I changed the spelling on the card on both sides. If you look at my the community board and my Twitter, you'll see that I detected that Strat-O-Matic misspelled this player's name. It was often misspelled this way, and so it spread like a virus. They put it on like that without verifying. Mickey Doolin, playing shortstop. He's a good shortstop. To confuse us even more, Red Doolin. You got Doolin at short, you have Doolin, the catcher. And an excellent catcher. Batting eighth, and the pitcher is Earl Moore, a right-hander. Let's look at the Giants team. Leading off, and Kathy Harden has arrived. Everybody, Kathy Harden has arrived. For the New York Giants, leading off in left field is Josh DeVore. Batting second in second base, Larry Doyle. Batting third in center, Fred Snodgrass. The cleanup hitter is Red Murray. He plays right field. He's a double-A stealing. He had 48 stolen bases. Batting fifth of Boner fame, Fred Merkle. Some of you may remember Fred Merkle's Boner. I'm trying to remember which series that was, but we'll find out eventually. He's batting sixth at first base. Batting seventh and pulled from the Boston Rustlers, the National League Boston team, is Al Bridwell, because he played with the Giants for part of the season from the start. He bats sixth. Art Devlin is the third baseman batting seventh. Batting eighth, Chief Myers. He is the catcher, and he's a superb catcher. He's a 1-2. And the pitcher, a right-hander, Red Ames. And let's see about that tweet posting. The tweet is up, and the tweet is good. And let's take a look here, first of all, at the Polo Grounds. I want to let you know something, all of you, that 2 days after this game, on April 14th, 1911, there was a terrible fire in this stadium. Most of the wood was burnt down. The Giants made arrangements to play at Highland Park, and then less than 3 months later, this stadium was reconstructed. Here's the starting pitcher for Philadelphia, Earl Moore, and the Giants pitcher, Red Ames. And the New York Giants take the field. Red Ames on the mound. We'll pick somebody to, maybe we'll go with Merkel. We'll do a little bio in the middle of the fifth. Maybe Fred Merkel. It's going to be John Titus. And let me remind you all that the Phillies are pretty good. They were 6 games over 500. I think in 4th place I saw. Of course, the Giants won the pennant. Cubs were in 2nd. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of medicine as we wait Kathy Harden. Kathy, for the Giants. I have to be for the Giants. You know, that's funny. I can't see myself rooting for the Phillies. I did want Chicago to have a good chance. And looking at the standings, this very early in the season, the Cubs lost. Okay, so but we'll see. The Giants certainly would like to see the Giants win. For those of you wondering, Christy Mathewson, the living legend, is slated to pitch tomorrow's game on April 13. And you know that when we say tomorrow, it could be next week. It's likely will be next week. So John Titus, left-handed hitter, leading off, facing Red Ames. Is that baby talk, Mr. Robin? What is that? Goo. Is that baby talk? There's no baby talk here. This is baseball. In real world, the Phillies won this game 2-0. Keep it clean. I can't believe I was... I can't even believe I was born. Okay, here's Big Red Ames. The The windup, the pitch to Titus. That's 4-5. He struck him out. And we're underway here. Okay, that's a little better, Mr. Robin. So Red Ames gets a strikeout. His ratio is fair, or just a little above average. About 4 or 5 per 9 innings. Titus goes down on strikes. Actually, he didn't strike out much, but he did there. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Otto Nabe. Otto Nabe, the second baseman. Here's Ames now, wind up, and the pitch, 2-9, and he grounds it to short for Bridwell. 2 outs. And Hans Lobert is the batter, an ace stealer. Hit 285 in real world. Stole 40 bases. Wow, and he's only an A. Well, that means he's going a lot of the time. You take it easy, man. Okay, you watch it here. We'll send an usher over there, show you the door. Here's Hans Lobert now at the plate. Red Ames with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Lobert. 3-3, and he grounds it to short, and the side is retired. Handled by Doolin. I'm sorry, handled by Bridwell again. A 1-2-3 inning for Ames. After a half, it's Phillies nothing, Giants coming to bat. And here comes Earl Moore. The Phillies pitcher, good pitcher. He was 15 and 19, but good ERA. And here come the Giants. John McGraw's Giants. They used to call him, what did they call him? Little Napoleon? Josh DeVore will lead it off. And I think it's becoming important to show these statistics on each of these players each time they come up until we get an idea. Look at him, 61 stolen bases. Holy shit, and he's a double-A. Okay, Moore is ready. The Phillies pitcher. Here's the pitch to DeVore. 111. And he grounds it to second for Nabe. Throws to Ludicrous. And it's 1 out. That almost sounds like ludicrous, huh? Here's Larry Doyle. Good hitter. He stole 38 frickin' bases. Holy cow. 13 homers. Wow, he's an A. Ludicrous handled that ball. I think there's a pitcher, Larry Doyle, in our 69 replay. I didn't finish that hit. Okay, here's Moore. The windup and the pitch to Doyle. 3-8. And that's a base hit to right. Titus has it, throws it in. There's our first base runner of the ball game. Doyle on first, and here's Freddie Snodgrass. 294 hitter. He stole 51 goddamn bases. I'd like to do Snodgrass and Merkel today. These are New York players. Look at him. It was the 1912 series.
when he made that error, that base running error. Interesting. I guess the Giants won the pennant 2 years in a row. I'm not sure about all that. I need to check that too. Okay, here's Freddie Snodgrass with Doyle on first, 1 out. Doyle is an A, 1-13, 1-12 being held. Here's the pitch to Snodgrass. 1-11, and he grounds it back to Moore, who forces Doyle at second. So it's 2 outs and Snodgrass is on first. Also being held, same situation. Now Red Murray, not only is he the cleanup hitter, he's a double A. Sounds like Bobby Bonds or something. 48 stolen. God almighty. Merkel on deck. And they have Rube Marquardt as a pitcher, Christy Mathewson. No wonder they won the pennant. Here's the pitch to Murray. 2-5. Grounds it to third, and that'll be the side. Handled quickly by Lobert. Hans Lobert. So the side's retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. After 1, it's a scoreless ball game here. And here comes Big Red Ames to pitch his second inning. He retired the Phillies in order. I think I'm going to treat myself to a little ginger ale as Sherry McGee. Let me just make sure I finish this hit, for Christ's sakes. Ooh. I don't know if they called him Little Napoleon. You know, Napoleon was average height. He was not short. I don't know why people think that. I used to think. It's a nice, refreshing cannabis, Kathy Harden, along with ginger ale. Very, very cool and refreshing beverage, and it's got to be on ice. Here comes Sherry McGee to lead it off for the Phillies. 15 home runs. He's still 22. My God. 288 hitter. Sherry is... We're going to have to get to know these folks. Okay, Ames is ready. Here's the windup. And the pitch to McGee. 4-10. And that is a ground ball to third. Devlin has it, and there's one away. I've heard of Art Devlin. So McGee is retired. And here comes Dodi Paskert. Dodi Paskert. 20, I don't know if that's 28 stolen bases. So Dodi steps in, 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. 3-12. Grounds it to short, and that's 2 away. Bridwell handled that. Two down, nobody on, and here's Ludacris. Fred Ludacris. Left-handed hitter. Pretty good hitter, 301. And the averages were lower as a general rule. However, you had people like Ty Cobb and Napoleon Lajoie who hit over 400. They were different animals. I mean, almost different animals, literally. These people set the standard for baseball. So 2 outs, nobody on. Ames retiring the first 5 batters, facing Ludacris. Here's the pitch. Oh. 2-8. And he walked him. So there's the first base runner of the ball game, Ludacris. And we'll learn about Ludacris. I mean, that's the fun of it. And here's Mickey Doolin. And I don't know if you saw my tweet or my post on the community board, Kathy Harden, but Mickey Doolin was spelled A-N-L-A-N. I looked it up on the roster as I'm preparing. They did it again. And then I looked at him on the lineup on Baseball Reference. It's I-N. And I do more research. I find that it was a virus, meaning it was misspelled on some baseball cards. And it was just spread. You know what I mean? They just spread it. And for all of you who are here, I want to give you an opportunity to check this out. Here is the correct spelling on a baseball card for Mickey Doolin. And then here is the incorrect spelling. This is a crackerjack card. Doolin with an A-N. So we were quick to pick up on that. And we changed it. And I don't know how thrilled Strat-O-Matic was for me to tweet that to them. I really don't. But I think continuous quality improvement is what the name of the game is all about. So here's Doolin at the plate. He's a B bunter. Speaking of Doolin, he's the shortstop, and he is superb. He's a 1. I understand he hit 238, but still, he's a 1 shortstop, and he's an A bunter. Here's Ames from the stretch. Pitch to Doolin, 4-4, fly ball center. And that's for Paskert. He's a 2. (14-2), and he makes the catch, and the side is out. Ames retires the side, no runs, a walk, and 1 left. Middle of the second, scoreless ball game. Back to Earl Moore, the Phillies hurler. Again, this is opening day. We've only played 3 games. Leading it off is Fred Merkle. So it was the next year when he made that boner, and we'll read about that during the break. He's a good player. He is a solid player. He's got good power, 12 home runs. He can steal. He had 49. And he's a very excellent second baseman. You could call it very good based on the 2, but I'll go with excellent. I call 3 average and 4 poor or below average. Here's the pitch to Merkle from Moore. 1-7, and he flies it to center field. Under it is Paskert. 1 down. Here's Bridwell. He'll be traded to the Boston Rustlers later in this season. A 279 average. So Bridwell steps in, left-handed hitter here. More winds and the pitch to Bridwell. 5-8. Grounds it to second base. That's for Nabe. He's a 2. 7-2, and he throws him out. 2 away. Nice crowd out here at the Polo Grounds. Again, think about it. It's quite intense. It's going to burn down in a couple days, literally. Here's Art Devlin, 2 outs, nobody on. More winds and the pitch to Devlin. 4-9. Grounded to short X. Doolin, he's a 1. Ho-ho. 16-1, and he throws him out. The side is retired. 1-2-3 for more. We're heading to the top of the third. It's a scoreless ball game. We're having a good time here. Top of the third, Big Red Ames throwing no-hit baseball after 2 innings. I know we're going to get one eventually. It's going to be Red Doin after Doolin. Doin. The catcher. He's a 2-1 batting right-handed. Here's Ames now. That's 1-8. And that is a base hit for Doin. First hit for the Phillies is Red Doin. Doing it. And now it's Earl Moore. He's a C-bunter. A 1 WR. Ames from the stretch. 4-5. Fly ball to right, and Murray has it 1 away. Doin holds. Back to the top of the order, John Titus. He struck out in the first. Ames delivers. 2-5. And that is a base hit by Titus right up the middle. Doin goes to second. Anything can happen in baseball, just about. Meaning any team, unless they're really bad. There's a base hit. It's first and second, 1 out. Phillies took this game in real world 2-0. Here's Otto Nabe. Ames working from the stretch now, trying to get out of this. First and second, 1 down. Pitch to Nabe. 6-3. Grounder back to Ames. He's a 2. Can he turn it? 3-2. No, his only play is to first. The runners advance for Hans Lobert. So Phillies have second and third with 2 outs. And here comes Hans. Let's take another look at Hans. We'll learn about Hans, and of course you're free to search these guys yourself. These guys are real people. And these matchups really happened. Ames faced Lobert. Both of these pitchers, Ames and Moore, pitched complete games. I think it was both complete games. Let me double check that. Maybe it's not. It was, yes, they both did. It was a 2-0 ball game. Lobert, clutch situation. Here's Ames now. And the pitch to Hahn. 6-3. Grounds it back to Ames again. He's a 2. 2-2. It goes through for a base hit. Doohan scores. Titus goes to third. Oh, he couldn't handle that one, Ames. That went through. Right through. A clutch single by Hans Lobert. With 2 outs. Gets a run batted in. He had 72 of them. Whoa. Again, these Phillies were pretty good. They were 6 games over 500, people. I want to remind you of that. So still with 2 outs. 2-out rally here. Lobert on first, Titus on third. Ames in trouble. Here's the pitch to McGee. 6-11, and he walked him. So that's going to load him up again for Paskert. Doty Paskert with bases loaded, 2 down. I wish Ames could get out of this. Part of me doesn't mind Kathy Harden because, you know, Cubs lost today. Here's Ames now. You know, I want to see a good race. Here's the pitch to Paskert. 5-8. And he pops it up to short. This should end the inning. Bridwell makes the catch, and the side is retired. There was 1 run. On 3 hits, a walk, and 3 left on. And after 2.5, it's a 1-1 ball game. Here's Moore. So now Moore, pitcher winning. And throwing a shutout after 2 whole innings. And Chief Myers comes up. Beautiful crowd out here. This is technically Polo Grounds 3, meaning the 3rd incarnation of the park that New York played at. And 4, it was rebuilt this season. It's amazing. It was used through 1963 for the Mets. I imagine they had refurbed it or something after that. But it was an old goddamn ballpark. Here's Earl Moore. The pitch to Myers. 1-7. And it's a base hit by the Chief. And here comes Red Ames. He's a B-bunter. We'll see if he is being held. Yes, he is. He'll be a C-bunter then. Now we're committed. Here's the pitch to Ames. He lays it down, or tries to. Oh my, 9C. That does not look good. He's safe. Right in front of the plate, Myers thrown out at second. So we'll call that a force out. It's Ames. At least he didn't ground into a double play. Ames on first with 1 down. Here's Josh DeVore now. He grounded to second in the first. Tying run on first, Ames with 1 out. Here's more from the stretch, and the pitch to DeVore. 1-8. Pops it up to second for Nabe. And that's 2 outs. You don't want to confuse yourself with any of this. There we go. So it's 2 away now. And Larry Doyle in a clutch situation. Okay, Moore. And the pitch to Doyle. 3-6. Whoa, it's hit well into the gap by Doyle. And that's going to be trouble. Getting over it is Titus. He throws it in, extra bases. Ames scores. And Doyle is in with a triple. Oh, my, oh, my. With 2 outs, Larry Doyle triples Ames home. It's a tie ball game. Oh, them triples in dead ball era. Doyle had 25 triples. Christ. And wow, the Giants tie it up, Kathy Arden. Here's Fred Snodgrass. Giants ain't done. 2 outs. Doyle on third. Here's the pitch to Snodgrass. 1-8. Oh, he got hit. He's hit by Moore. That's first and third now. And here comes Red Murray. Remember him, and we'll learn about all these people. Good hitter. And fast. Great speed. Look at him 1-17. A double-A stealing. It's 2 outs, first and third. Moore trying to get out of this now. Pitch to Murray. Oh, 6-10. And it's going to be a fly ball to center field for Paskert. 2-2. He makes the catch. Oh, God help us. But a run for the Giants on 2 hits. First, the single by Myers. Then Ames forced Myers. And then Doyle tripled Ames home. And it's a 1-1 ball game. Here comes Red Ames now. Ames scored his own tying run. Think about that, folks. Here comes Fred Ludacris. Good hitter. Doolin on deck, by the way. Ludacris steps in to lead it off. Left-handed hitter, Ames. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-9. And that's chopped to first. Merkel has it. No boner there. Okay, straight to the bag. Even though his was a running error. I can do it. I can make any kind of analogy I want. Once in one of my books, the house editor objected to my mixing metaphors in the same paragraph. And I replied to her, but they're just metaphors. I mean, some of the rules people have become viruses. Sometimes mixing metaphors is a good thing to do, or an okay thing to do. Here's Doolin now. The curse of knowledge, too much of knowledge can be a dangerous thing. You get an idea, then you always think it applies. So 1 out, no one on. Doolin at the plate now. He flew to center in the second. Here's Ames. Pitch to Doolin, 1-7. Fly ball left. And DeVore is there, 2 away. Lively crowd here tonight at the Polo Grounds. And here's Red Doolin. We had Doolin. Now Red Doolin. He is their very talented catcher. These people actually lived. And you'd be surprised at how much information we're going to be looking at. We'll look at Fred Merkel tonight at the break. He's a real person. Part of me would let me go with someone else. depending on maybe Larry Doyle, since he tripled. We'll see. Here's Red Doohan at the plate. Doohan singled and scored the only run for the Phils. Pitch from Ames, 1-6, and there it is in the gap. That's going to be a double for Doohan. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And by the way, I'll give you a little sneak peek at this right now, just because I want to. Here's an example. I have multiple files. These are NL individual hit leaders. I know it's very hard to see. You see, I'm not going to go in because it's sort of off kilter now, you know. I already put the Giants and the Phillies in right here, but there's nothing to be put in there yet. So we're really doing this, and I think it's a worthwhile endeavor. Because we'll see. We're going to have to save them often and send email versions to save them, because it's possible to mess that up permanently. But we'll try the best we can. I'm sure there will be errors. So Doohan is on second with 2 outs, and here's the pitcher now, Earl Moore, the Phillies pitcher. Here's Ames. The pitch to Moore. Right-hander, 5'10", and he grounds it to short for Bridwell. He's a 3. Bridwell scooping and pooping. It's a 2-base error for Bridwell. Oh my Lord. No wonder they traded him. I'm just kidding. Bridwell makes a 2-base error. First error of the ball game is committed by Bridwell, the Giants shortstop. And Doohan comes home. Jesus Christ. And that's unearned. Off Ames. Let's look at that again. 14. That's short. 14-3. Bridwell is a 3. You see, very costly there. 2-base error, advanced 2 bases. Big error. It's 2-1 now, with Moore on second. And here's John Titus coming up. Ames trying to collect himself. That was a big disappointment. Here's the pitch to Titus. 3-6. And he walked him. That'll be first and second with 2 outs. And Otto Nabe, 0 for 2 today. Ames really trying to get out of this. That's 4-5. Flies it to right. Murray has it, and the side is out. But a run, an unearned run. Middle of the 4th, 2-1 Phils. And tough break for the for the Giants. I don't think little Napoleon is happy at all. Here's Merkel. Merkel flew to center. Here's the pitch from Moore now. 4-7, struck him out. First strikeout by Moore. And that'll bring up Al Bridwell, who made that costly error at shortstop. I'm sorry. No. Yes. And there he is. We're just getting to know these folks. Give us time. Here's Moore. 1-8. Fly ball center. That's 2-way. And Art Devlin. More Wines. The pitch to Devlin, 5-10. Grounded to third. Scooped by Lobert. He's a 3. He's scooping. 5-3. And he throws him out. So the side is retired. Tell you, the Giants go down. Don't miss Christy Mathewson pitching the next game in this series. That's going to fill a lot of seats. You know, the ladies like him. I'm serious. They think he's good looking. Oh, here's Red Ames now. He's allowed 2 runs in 4 innings. He'll face Lobert, Hans Lobert, who singled in the first run, bringing home due in. Hans Lobert at the plate. Here's Ames. Wind up, pitch to Lobert. 6-8. And that is a base hit by Lobert. Oh my. Just beyond the reach of Merkel. To no fault of his own. And that's Lobert's second. You know, I was looking at the box scores and I see that the Giants, I don't know if it's the second or third game of the season, let's check it out, used Marquardt in relief. Let's go just take a quick gander. Yeah. In fact, God, Mathewson lost in the second game. He pitched 8 innings. He ended up allowing 6 runs. Jesus Christ. And Rube Marquardt came in. You wonder, you really wonder about that. It can happen. It shows no one is invincible. He's not a god. He's not a machine. Okay, Lobert is on first, being held 1-11. And here's Sherry McGee again. Ames, he can go till the frickin' 9th. Here's the pitch to McGee. 6-5. That's a fly ball to center. And Snodgrass makes the catch. That's 1 away. It's almost surreal playing all of this. It's almost like I've been thrown into it, whether I know it or not, which I don't. Here comes Jody Paskert. Ames on the mound from the stretch. Lobert on first, 1 down. Pitch to Doty. 4-7. Struck him out. Whoa, Doty goes down swinging. And that's the second strikeout for Big Red Ames. And here comes Fred Ludacris. 2 outs, Lobert on first. It's 2-1 Phillies. Top of the 5th. We'll take a break here. The pitch to Ludacris, 4-9. And oh, Lord, that goes in the gap. Oh, my, it's rolling. Here comes Lobert to score, and Ludacris with a triple. Oh, my, oh, my. That's going to make it a 3-1 ball game. Ludacris. He had 11. I love triples. I think it's one of the most dramatic events in baseball. A triple by Ludacris. I think part of the reason why there are a lot of triples is because the outfielders couldn't get to him. The ball was dead. It would come out. It would just drop. Uh, there was no fence. A ball could roll. The ball didn't hop well. And a lot of them would have been homers. Might have been homers. So Ludacris on third. McGraw at the on the steps of the dugout here. Ludacris on third, 2 down, 1 in, 3-1 Phils. Pitch from Ames. 2-7. And Doolin lines it to short. Caught by Bridwell, and the side is out, finally. Bridwell made an error in the fourth, but he got to that one. We're in the middle of the fifth here. Another frickin' run for the Phillies. And it's a 3-1 ball game. We're going to take a break here. Anywhere from 5 minutes or whatever it is. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about Fred Merkle. A lot of Freds these days. Fred Merkle. He's in his second year, Fred Merkle. His nickname is Bonehead. He had a lengthy career. He died in 1956 at age 67, but he was always remembered for Merkle's boner. And it goes like this, very briefly. And this is 1908, so okay, it's 3 years before now. So he already has the reputation. He was playing for the Giants against the Cubs. He was only 19 years old, the youngest player in the league. And he committed a base running error that became known as Merkle's boner and earned him the nickname Bonehead. Now, this was an important game because September 23, I think it was for the pennant. Here's what happened. In the bottom of the ninth, Merkle came to bat with 2 outs in a 1-1 game. It was a runner on first. Merkle singled. McCormick went to third. Bridwell, the next batter. Wow, he must have been traded late. Then singled. McCormick trotted to home plate, apparently scoring the winning run. And everyone thought the game was over. Fans ran onto the field to celebrate. Meanwhile, Merkle ran to the Giants clubhouse without touching second base. And Johnny Evers, the second baseman for the Cubs, who's in our league, noticed this, retrieved the ball, and touched second base. And he appealed to umpire Hank O'Day, who I believe is managing today. Let me check. He appealed to Hank O'Day. No, I don't see who's. I thought they usually give that. And called Merkle out. Since he hadn't touched the base, he called him out on a force play, meaning that McCormick's run did not count. So the run was nullified, the Giants' victory was erased, and the score of the game remained tied. And as a result of this game was a tie in September. The Giants and Cubs ended the season tied for first. And in a 1-game playoff, the Cubs won 4-2. They were I think it was 06, who were the hitless wonders. It's Fred Merkle. And there are he dies in 1956. And there's quite a number of pictures of him. is not a bad one in terms of quality. Merkel, the first baseman, he's 0 for 2 today. Yeah, that's quite a story. Did you know about that, Kathy? Did you know about that? This is a big picture. Yeah. This is great. Oh, yeah. Oh, you never heard that? Okay. Yeah. Now, today they may not rule it that way. We'll be back in a few minutes for the rest of this ball game. Fred Merkel. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and that is Fred Merkel. He's playing in this ball game. We'll be back. Yeah, we will. And I got weed, I got ginger ale, and I got whatever else is needed. And I don't care about anything else. Okay? Right now I really don't have any shits to give about anything. Except this ball game. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. If you're just joining us, that is Fred Merkel, who we talked about earlier today. And now we return to the game at Polo Grounds. And the Giants will come up. It will be Chief Myers. He singled in the third off of Earl Moore. It's a 3-1 ball game. Let me just see who won the pennant in 1910. It would contextualize things a lot for me. If I knew. The Cubs. And then the A's beat the Cubs. They won 2 in a row at least. I'm going to have to get knowledgeable about all this. And by the way, they had the... Yeah. So Myers steps in. Ames on deck. This game will be followed by a pork dinner. Pork on rice. Here is Earl Moore now. The pitch to Myers. 2-11. And he pops it up behind the plate. And Doohan makes the catch. 1 away. And here comes Ames. Reached on the force and scored the only run for the Giants. Moore winds. That's 6-8. Switch hitter, Ames. Batting left. Walked him. So Ames is on. And Josh DeVore is the batter. 0 for 2, Josh. A double-A, 280 hitter, 61 stolen bases. Doyle on deck, who hit that triple. Here's Moore. 4-2. Walked him. Earl Moore has put 2 Giants on base with consecutive walks. Here comes Larry Doyle now, who tripled in the third to bring home the only run. Here's the pitch to Doyle. 6-7. And that is a base hit by Doyle. And that'll load the bases. The bases are loaded with New York Giants. And here comes Fred Snodgrass. We'll learn about him too. Fred reached on a force and was hit. Look at that. The stolen bases, 51, 71 runs batted in. Freddie Snodgrass. Okay, Moore from the stretch with the bases loaded. Infield back. Pitch to Fred. 1-8. Hit him! Moore has hit in a run. Oh my. Second time he hit Snodgrass. I think Snodgrass stepped into that ball. I don't know if you get an RBI with a hit by pitch. Let's look that up. No. Wait a minute. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So Snodgrass taking one for the team. And in those days, they let that go. They don't tell you how many times he was hit, but that's pretty big, a 1-8. 1-8. I mean, you know, let's see how many times he was hit. It'll tell us here how many times you're hit by a pitch. Yes. He had only 15 times. That's nothing compared to people like Ron Hunt in our 69 replay. Well, here's Red Murray. Bases are loaded. Here's more now. Pitch to Murray, 3-8. And that's going in the gap. Oh, it's cut off by Paskert. It will be a double. No asterisks by Murray. DeVore scores. Doyle scores. Snodgrass goes to third. And it's a tie ball. Actually, the Giants lead it 4-3. What a hit by Murray. 78 RBIs. And here's Fred Merkle, the man we learned more about tonight. Moore trying to get out of this. The pitch to Merkle. 3-6. Oh, it's a base hit. And there's action in the bullpen. Action in the Phillies bullpen. 4 big runs here. It's a 5-3 ball game. Make sure I wouldn't use somebody who's been used, folks. We're a little bit early here, so hang on. We want to do this right. We want to do it right. Oof, God. George Chalmers, who played in the third game, or the fourth game, is warming. Can you believe it? They're not going to pull more yet. George Chalmers is warming. Okay, here's Bridwell, first and third. 1 out. Moore trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Bridwell. 3-6, he walked him. That'll be it for Moore. So Moore knocked out here in the fifth. Bases loaded, 1 out. And it will be George Chalmers. He is a 2WR, warming and coming in for the Phillies. And he's ready. Here comes Here comes Devlin. Bases are loaded, 1 out. 4 runs in, 5-3 Giants. The pitch to Devlin now. 4-7, walked him. That walks in a run, and that will be charged to Moore. By the way, Moore pitched 4 1/3 and got bombed here. He's allowed 6 runs. Bases loaded, 1 out forever here. And here comes Chief Myers. What the fuck happened here? Okay, Chalmers is ready. Here's the pitch to Myers. 3-9, struck him out. So that's 2 away. And Red Ames. So what a turnaround for the Giants. With 5 big runs, 5 of them. It's a 6-3 game. Here's the pitch. 4-12, switch hitter. Grounds to second, side retired. Finally. An inning from hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs for the Giants. And it is a 6-3 ball game. Moore charged with all 6. And out comes Red Ames. Rube Marquardt is available. He is a starter, but he was used like in the second game or something. He came in for Mathewson. Here comes Red Doohan to lead it off. And then we'll see if Chalmers comes up. We could bring anybody in because it's more than 3 games for relievers. 6-9. Base hit up the middle. Doohan 3 for 3 today. And yes, there'll be a hitter for Chalmers. So Chalmers pitches 2/3. He did walk a batter, wasn't charged with it. And in case you're interested, because of this pinch hitter coming in. Oh my Lord. God. It will be Bill. God almighty. Gotta get used to these people. It'll be Cliff Curtis, the right-hander, coming in next inning. Cliff Curtis is warming. He's a right-hander. He's used as both a starter and a reliever. Let's see who's hitting now. It's Doohan on first. He is a D. Wow, look at this guy, Jimmy Walsh. Look at all the positions he played. Played all three outfield, second, third, and first, and short, and catcher. He played all 8 other than pitching. Holy shit. Holy cow. And it will be Jimmy Walsh hitting. He had 298 at bats. Looks like a utility person. Jimmy Walsh. Stepping in to hit here for Chalmers. Facing Ames from the stretch with Doohan on first. A de-stealing and no outs. Here's the pitch to Walsh. 2-5, and he struck him out. Oh, that was big by Red Ames. Big Red Ames, his 3rd of the game. Walsh retired. And here comes Titus, John Titus, 1 for 2 with a walk. Left-handed hitter. Ames, the pitch. 3-5, walked him. A lot of walks. First and second one out. Maybe there were more walks in this era. Now it's Otto Nade. First and second. Otto is the tying run at home plate. Red Ames trying to settle down here. The pitch to Nade. 1-6. And he grounds it back to Ames, who forces Titus. Doohan goes to third. 2 outs. So Doohan is on third with 2 down. Nabe on first. And here's Hans Lobert. 2 for 3 today. Knocked in a run. Okay, Ames, 2 down. Pitch to Lobert. 2-5. And it's a base hit to left. Oh, my. His 3rd single of the ball game. Doohan scores. He will hold with DeVore's arm of -3. First and second, 2 down. Big hit by Lobert. His 2nd run batted in. It makes it a 6-4 ball game. And now Sherry McGee, 0 for 2 with a walk. There's 2 outs here. Ames is ready. And the pitch to 7. Walked him. That'll load him up here. 5 walks for Ames. And now Doty Paskert. 2 outs, bases loaded. Doty at the plate. We're looking forward to some medicine after this half inning. And then pork over rice after the game. Okay, Ames. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1 in, 6-4 Giants. Here's the pitch to Doty. 1-10, and he flies it to right, and Murray is there. And the side is retired. A run came in, though. The Phils have scored a run in each inning since the 3rd. We're in the middle of the 6th. It's a 6-4 ball game. I dare to say we have a ball game going. And there's a new pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies, the third pitcher of the game. His name is Cliff Curtis. And we're going to do a random mini bio. Given that I brought this guy in, Cliff Curtis. Amazing how you can pull them all up. It turns out there's a contemporary actor from New Zealand named Cliff Curtis. But this Cliff Curtis was born in 1881. He died in 1943, did not see the end of the war. It's a very good ball game. He played a lot in the minors, then finally came up, only played 4 years, never had a winning season. And he had a heart attack at age 61. Heart attack at age 61. So Cliff Curtis gets the nod. He's not too bad. So I didn't bring their ace in. I don't know who their ace is. You know, I don't think they have an ace. They didn't really have a specialist back in those days. This guy had a 7.88 ERA. Okay, no thank you. At least not in this game. I could have probably hit this guy. Jesus. And Toots Schultz with a 9.36 ERA. A clean, that's in basic, a clean home run 2-8. Wow. No thank you. In any case, we're heading to the bottom of the sixth. Giants lead at 6-4. Top of the order, facing the third Philly pitcher, Cliff Curtis. And it's going to be Josh DeVore, 0 for 2, walked and scored in that wild last inning, the fifth. Here's Curtis now. He's ready. We'll do the cannabis after this half inning. 3-11, and it's a base hit to right for DeVore, off of Curtis. He is a double-A. 1-14 being held with, 14 with Doohan. And here's Larry Doyle. 3 for 3 today, Larry Doyle. My God. I can't help but do just an eyeball on this guy. There he is. God, he died in 1974. He was called Laughing Larry. Huh. God, I'm going to have to really learn about these people. Amazing. Okay. Doyle steps in 3 for 3 today. 2 singles, a triple, scored a run, knocked in a run. Here's the pitch to Doyle now. Whoa, 6-5. Struck him out. Curtis with his first strikeout. And here comes Snodgrass. Hit twice. Scored once. Here's the pitch to Snodgrass. Hit him again. 1-2. Hit him! He had 15, but Lord, he's got 3 tonight. And I wonder if that's right on this card. I guess a 1-2 is very rare. Okay, Snodgrass hit for the 3rd time. He's definitely pushing himself into those. Whew. First and second with 1 out. And here's Red Murray. who doubled 2 home last inning. What a ball game. Here's the pitch to Murray. 3-9. And it's a drive hit out into the gap at center field. And that will be a double off Curtis. His second double of the ball game. DeVore scores. Snodgrass goes to third. It's a 7-4 ball game. Third run batted in for Red Murray. So Curtis not having any luck here. And there is action in the Phillies bullpen. Right now warming is, they don't have much of a bullpen, I'll tell you that right now. Bill Burns is warming. Lord, let me just make sure he wasn't used in the next couple games as a starter. Whew. No, he wasn't. Pete Alexander, by the way, pitches in the third game. Grover Cleveland Alexander. Second and third with 1 out, 1 in. Bill Burns warming. Here's Merkel now. We talked about him earlier. He's 1 for 3. Curtis trying to settle down. And the pitch to Merkel, 4-8. And he lines it to third for the second out. I mean, he's not that bad, Cliff Curtis. 3.77 ERA. And here's Al Bridwell, who was involved in that Merkel boner. Traded later this year to the Rustlers. It's 2 outs, second and third. Here's the pitch from Curtis. Oh! Here's the pitch from Curtis. 2-4, and he pops it up to short. And Doolin makes the catch. So the side is out. There was a run. It's a 7-4 ball game. 2 hits, a hit by pitch, the third by Snodgrass. Taking them for the team today. The first one did not contribute to a run, but the next 2 did. Oh, Lord, here's Red Ames trying to win this. 7-4 ball game. It is opening day, so give these guys a break. Ludacris will lead it off, but not before I take my medicine. Fred Ludacris. Oh, Lord. Good hitter. Jesus Christ. He only stole 6 bases, though. He doesn't have speed. But he's still a C. Tripled homer run. It's a 7-4 ball game. We thought the Giants had it in hand at 6-3. Then it was 6-4, but they got a run back. They got that run back. We're heading to the top of the 7th. Back then, folks, this was the game. There was I don't think there was any professional football. Maybe college, I don't know how far back. Basketball, I don't think was invented. I don't think they had hockey league. Sure there were games like that. Baseball was it. And to go to a game, to read the box scores the next day, this was what it was all about. This was huge. Even though it was the dead ball era, we didn't know of Babe Ruth and home runs and things like that. That's what I love about this. I'd like 1920 also. The dawn of the modern day era. Oh, Lord Christ. That's good shit. It really is. Don't care about that. You can go wherever you may. Okay, Ludacris leading it off. Ames. He's been into trouble throughout this ball game. Here's the windup by Ames. The pitch to Ludacris. 6-3. Grounds it back to Ames. He's a 2. Ames scooping. Oh, and he's pooping. It's a 2-base error by Red Ames. You can't be doing shit like that. Okay. Look at John McGraw, the disappointment, the disgust in his face. I bet you there was a lot of betting going on in these days, and I bet you sometimes games were fixed, and we didn't know about it. It came out in 1919. But here's Mickey Doolin. Ludacris on second with a leading off, tapping it to Ames, who bobbled it. And in the process, Paskert makes it to second base. Here's Doolin. Ames, the pitch to Doolin now. That's 3-10, and he pops it up behind the plate. Under it is Myers, 1 down. And, you know, I just want more weed. I just want to keep smoking weed. Okay, Red Doolin. Now, 3 for 3 Doolin. Doolin is 3 for 3. Lobert, 3 for 4. Doyle, 3 for 4. Some real people hitting the baseball today. Red Doolin, the catcher. A 328 hitter. He played about half the season. We don't know why. Maybe he didn't have the protective gear. Here's the pitch from Ames. 5-4. Catcher X. Myers a 1. Look at that. 5-4-1. 4-1. Oh, he drops it. Oh, my. Second error of the inning. Oh, let's look at that again. Oh, my. I believe that's the third error of this ball game for the Giants. My Lord. Let's look at that again. 5-4. Right-hander catcher X, 4. Myers a 1. I use basic. And there it is, about the only one where there's an error. Or this one too, which is very, very rare. 5-1. Oh, wait a minute. 5-4. 4-1. Yeah, 4-1. Drops it. So that'll be first and third. Nobody out. For Cliff Curtis. And he is a 4 WR. They're going to let Curtis... No, they're going to have a pinch hitter for Curtis. Oh, my. Okay. Bill Burns will come in. He'll be the fourth pitcher. He is a left-hander, I believe. Yes, he is. Curtis. Pitched 1 inning. allowed I don't know how I fucked that up. Hold on. 4 1/3. All the way down to here. Then Chalmers came and pitched 2/3. Oh, how the fuck did I? Hold on. It's fucking upsetting me. Moore allowed 6. Here's where he came in, Chalmers. Pitched 2/3 to end the inning. That's where it ended. Then Curtis came in, and here's his inning. Okay. A little patience there. He did allow a run. Let's see who's hitting. It'll be Burns. Bill Burns, the left-hander coming in. Let's see who's hitting now for the Phillies. First and third, 1 out, both errors. It will be Bunny Madden. Bunny, he only had 76 at-bats, but we're using him. This is going to be one of them. Bunny Madden, pinch hit Madden. So Bunny steps in. Ames trying to settle down now. Titus on deck. It's a 7-4 ball game. First and third, 1 out, top of the 7th. The pitch from Ames. 5-6, grounds it to third for the force. And Ludacris comes home. Oh my. So Bunny on first with 1 out, 1 in. That and that's an unearned run. Allowed by Ames, second unearned. My Lord. Bunny, a 1-8. They'll bring in a runner for Bunny. I don't care if it's 2 outs. No need to allow someone like that to run. God, they have 3 1-8 runners. My God, this guy's 1-9. They had some real slow boats. God. Well, I'll bring in Harry Welchance to run. See if some of those slow pokes, I'm going to have to learn about all these people, can pinch hit later if needed. Welchance. Running for a bunny. He sure doesn't run like a bunny. In the 7th. Okay. We got that set. Here's John Titus. Titus 1 for 2, walked twice. Ames. Trying to get out of this. He's allowed runs every inning. This one unearned. Since the 3rd. 2 outs. Welchance on first. The pitch from Ames. 2-6. And it's a base hit to right. Oh my. Welchance goes to second and holds. Ames really troubled tonight. Here comes Otto. Otto on first, Welchance on second, 2 down. Ames still trying to get out. Nabe, 0 for 4, the pitch. 2-8, walked him. So that'll load the bases. What a wild game it's been. Here's Hans Lobert, 3 for 4 today. Hans Lobert, 3 for 4. Rube Marquard is warming. I know that sounds unconventional, but the great Rube Marquard is warming. He won 24 and lost 7. He had 3 saves. He was used in this game. He pitched only 1 inning in this game. He's warming. He needs the warming up anyway. Lobert, 3 for 4. It's bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Ames. 3-4. And he pops it up to third. This should end the inning. And it does. Devlin makes the catch. You know, John McGraw has been so patient with Red Ames, maybe to a fault. He allows another run. It's unearned, though. And it's 7-5 in the middle of the 7th. Let's stretch it. Let's stretch it, folks, as Bill Burns comes in to take his warm-ups. This has been a boisterous ball game. We are at the 1 hour and 39 minute mark. Having too much goddamn fun here. I know you see a lot of Strat-O-Matic games on YouTube, and most of them are they're as good, if not better, than mine. I'm not familiar with anyone who goes off into different things like I do, but we're pretty straightforward. And I'm going to delay this ball game for just a few minutes because I have some cannabis right here that it needs to be smoked, not the whole thing. As Bill Burns takes his warm-ups, it will be Devlin Myers and will John McGraw go with Red Ames. It's a 7-5 ball game. And there were games like this. In fact, we looked at the game from yesterday that we played. I think we played this yesterday. The Bucks beat the Reds 14-0. They lost this one though 4-3. Bill Burns, the 4th pitcher for the Phils. I might end up using relievers a little more than they did, but not really. Look at that. I've kept Ames in the ball game. Okay, I've let Red Ames. He's allowed 4 runs, 1 unearned. And as long as he doesn't let anybody else in, I don't know. But Devlin, John McGraw having a talk with Ames. Here's Devlin now. Marquard is ready. Okay, here's Devlin now. 6-6. Struck him out. Whoa. Burns strikes out the first batter, Devlin, Art Devlin. And he didn't strike out much. Well, not too much. Here's Chief Myers. Looks like Rube Marquard is coming in. He's walking from the dugout. From the, whatever they had back then. I got into this by accident. I was going to do my medicine, but here's Chief Myers facing Burns. And the pitch, 3-6. Base hit. Look at that. Against left-handers. Jesus. That's quite a difference. 3-6 base hits for Myers. the catcher. He's a 1-8. Running. And there will be a hitter for Red Ames. Ames comes out the winner of record. More the loser. This is going to be it for Ames. They might as well put in a pinch hitter. Ames pitched 7. He allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. He walked 6. Struck out 3 and allowed 4 earned. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 earned. 2 unearned. And believe it or not, I would never do this, or at least this is not the kind of thing, unless it was a World Series or something. Rube Marquardt. He's got to be a Hall of Famer. And he's eligible for the save. He had 3 of them, primarily a starter, but they don't put the emphasis, so maybe he did come in a lot. I'll have to keep an eye on these box scores, because what a guy to bring in. 24-7 to save it. He's eligible. Let's see who's hitting. And we don't really care, as a Giants manager, we don't really care about getting a hit or anything. It would be nice. But we're just... Whoa. We're going to bring in Art Fletcher. Look at him, 326 at bats, so he'll be coming in and playing. Probably when Bridwell is traded, and he might play third when needed for Doyle or Devlin. Art Fletcher, 319 average, managed to steal 20. Again, it's the first game. John McGraw, we don't know why he is not playing, but we'll keep an eye on him in general. Art Fletcher, right-handed hitter. Okay, Burns is ready. It's Myers on first, 1 down. Here's the pitch to Fletcher. 1-8, and he walked him. So that's first and second. So it's Fletcher on first, Myers on second, 1 down. Trying to get out of this inning so we can take the medicine. Here's DeVore. Burns now the pitch. 4-8. And that is a base hit by DeVore. Myers scores. Fletcher goes to third. And it's a merry-go-round for the New York Giants. I said it would be nice. And now it's an 8-5 ball game. It was 7-5. They were still in this game. It's first and third, 1 out. And here's Larry Doyle. 3 for 4. Here's Burns now. 6-6. Fly ball center. This is going to be deep enough for Fletcher to tag. Paskert makes the catch, and home comes Fletcher with the 9th run for the Giants. What a game by Doyle. What a game by Murray. Snodgrass getting hit. Larry Doyle with a sacrifice fly, 2 runs in off Burns. It's a 9-5 ball game. And here's Freddie Snodgrass. 2 outs now, though. Burns in his first inning here. Might be his only inning. We'll see. Here's the pitch to Snodgrass. 3-4. Hit him again! Oh! I gotta ask them about this. Oh! Okay. Really? What the hell is going on? 3-4 against a left-hander. I guess it just happened to be. Let me see the record from getting hit the most in a game. Holy shit. It's 3. He just broke the record. Fred Snodgrass has broken the record. And it's certainly my record. Hold on, everybody. We're not going to write it as a record, but we're sure going to say 4 hit by pitch. Holy shit. So it's first and second, 2 outs. Burns, everyone's hitting him tonight. We'll have to check with Strat-O-Matic on that. I'm going to tweet them tomorrow. Give them a piece of my mind. He only had 15, for Christ's sakes. Oh, I looked it up. Let me just look that up on Baseball Digest. Fred Snodgrass, that's where I did look it up. How could they give him such a... I did get some odd rolls. So I think that's what it is. I'm certainly hoping. Here it is, hit by pitch 15. Fred Snodgrass. Okay. I have to get into him. Lord. So it's first and second, 2 outs. Let's see if Burns can get Murray, who's 2 for 4. 3 runs batted in, scored a run. There's 2 in here. It's 9-5. Pitch to Murray. 4-7. Grounds it to short. The side is out. 2 more runs. And it's 9-5 Giants. And here he comes, a living legend, Rube Marquard. He pitched in this game in real world, or the second game. This was a real person, people. I'm not going to go into him too much, but what I'll say about him, I can't believe he lived to 1980. Born in 86, Hall of Famer. Wow. Died at age something like 93. Holy cow. Good for him. Rube Marquard warming for the save. We can get a couple innings out of that ham hock. This is one of the greatest pitchers you'll ever see. Don't worry about his ERA. I mean, it is good, 2.50. It's not like a, Gibson 1.12 or anything like that. Oh, the game is appreciably slowed down because of my lack of familiarity with these ball players. We are approaching the 2-hour mark. And Rube Marquard has 6 goals, to retire Titus, Nabe, Lobert, McGee, Paskert, and Ludacris. That's all there is to it. And Sherry McGree, not Lobert, McGee will lead it off. But before that, I'm enjoying some cannabis. Absolutely. Because I freaking want to. Rube Marquardt of the Giants. I don't think he was with the Giants his whole career. I just don't want to get into it that much right now. But I bet you he wasn't. But can you imagine him? When you're on New York, the media is so much bigger than if you're on a team like, say, St. Louis. But let me check. I'll be disappointed in myself if I don't. Why not? He played... My Lord. His ERA was 2.01 in 1907. Let's just take a look at who he played for. Giants all the way, then went to Brooklyn, played for Cincinnati. His last year was 25. His first year is 08 and then 25. He wasn't so great at the end or even after these years. 1911 to 1913 are really his only... He had a good year with Brooklyn one year, but that was it. It's funny how a legend gets created, but maybe he was great. Of course, I've heard of him. Sherry McGee. Grounds to short, one out. That's 1 out of 6 for Rube Marquardt. Here's Doty. Doty 0 for 4. 4-5. Struck him out. Oh, Lord. Real good strikeout pitcher. Almost won an inning. Here's Ludacris. He's been a whole bunch of trouble. .68. Walked him. Okay, Marquardt walks Ludacris. Here's Doolin now, 0 for 4. And the pitch. Whoa! There it is. It fell off onto the floor, but it was captured. You gotta keep your eye on that. 3-6. Fly ball center, and that's the side. Doolin 0 for 5 today, by the way. Bottom of the 8th. Here's Bill Burns. Now, he had a quite a disturbing inning. It was. Here's Fred Merkle. If you're looking ahead, it'll be Doolin. Most likely a pinch hitter for Bill Burns. And back to the top of the order, Titus. Pitch to Merkle, 1A, struck him out. I am so sorry. Work with me now. Work with me. Here comes Bridwell now. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th. 9-5 ball game. Get used to it, people. What the hell happened with that? Pork is coming on a bed of rice. Here's the pitch to Bridwell.
2-9. And that's a base hit by Bridwell, his first of the ball game.
Lord. Indeed. And here comes Devlin. Here's Burns.
3-7.
Grounder to short, and that'll be a double play. So we're going to the ninth. Thank goodness. And Rube Marquardt retired. He did allow a walk, but he's really tough. And it's going to be doing 3 for 4 today, doing. Oh, boy.
Here's Marquardt into the windup. The pitch to Doohan, 3-12. He lines it to third. That's one away, and Marquardt is a southpaw. How do you like that? Of course, I didn't know that.
I knew Marquardt was great. And there's going to be a hitter for Birds. Naturally, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what's going to be here. With 1 out, nobody on, does not look good. It's going to be God almighty. So I'll be showing you these folks someday, but this is, oh God.
They have some real snoozers on the bench, but it will be Dick Cotter.
Dick Cotter. Almost like a Dick Cutter, like a moil. Here comes Dick Cotter. It's about as good as you get at 48 at bats. He is a right-hander. Here's Marquardt. It's like a baby playing with a child. With Marquardt on the mound, here's the pitch.
6-8.
And he walked him. I wonder how many walks this dude gets. A lot. A fair amount. Not a lot, but a fair amount. Sometimes he... Settle it down, Rube. So Cotter is on first, and he's a 1-9. And I just want to show you what I'm up against. But they don't need a run. They need 4 runs. Here's Titus. 2 for 3, walked twice. Marquardt from the stretch. The pitch to Titus. 2-2. Grounds it back. Marquardt to second for the force. 2 outs. And let me check something out here. Ames. When Ames left, it was a a 7-5 ball game qualifying for the set. Then they got 2 runs, but that doesn't take away his eligibility. Mr. Perota not here, but I'm almost sure intuitively that would not take it away. So it's Titus on first. A C, by the way, C Steeler. Marquardt now. 2 outs, Titus on first, and here's Nabe. 0 for 4 with a walk. Marquardt. And the pitch. 3-8. Walked him. And here's Hans Lobert. Oh my, McGraw on the steps of the dugout. It's a 9-5 ball game. It's 1 out. Bases are first and second, 1 out. 2 out. I'm sorry, first and second, 2 down. Lobert 3 for 5. Here's the pitch from Marquardt. 5-6, struck him out. And what a nice ending here in New York. As Marquardt, the legend, comes in to save it for Ames, Red Ames. And a very satisfying ball game, even though one with a few bumps in it. The win goes to Ames. Marquardt gets the save. The loss goes to Moore. We're keeping all these stats. The final score and line. Giants, 9 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. The Phillies, 5 runs, 12 hits, out hitting the Giants and losing. And no errors. Snodgrass hit 4 times in the game, including aided when a left-hander was against him. I was going to eat my pork on rice on the broadcast, but I think that's inappropriate. Okay? How many people do you see doing something like that? So I'm going to say thank you for everybody. Thank you, Kathy Harden, for another ball game, another interesting ball game. Stay strong, everybody, please. Oh, please stay well. Great game. It was enjoyable. You're damn right. You are. You know that? And there's lots of people who come on here to look at these ball games on, I get people telling me about it, looking at them on demand. And there's the guy who says his insomnia was cured because of it. I'm gonna put this all away, and what I like to do is I'll do it when I'm way too buzzed to enter these stats now. All of this will be recorded tomorrow morning. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Thank you, Kathy Harden.